Welcome to VAK's lecture. In this video, we will discuss about advantages and disadvantages of C programming language. First, we will see advantages. C is a highly portable language. C programs can be executed on different types of operating systems like Windows, Linux, Mac, etc. That means C programs are written on one computer can easily run on another computer without any change or by doing a little bit of change. Building blocks for many programs. Already we have discussed it in our previous videos that basing on C language concepts, so many languages are developed like C++, Java, Python, PHP, etc. Whatever type of program you want to make with the C, this helps like a built-in building block. Suppose if you want to build a house, we have to build it for block by block, right? Similarly, to write any program, whatever it may be, this language acts as a built-in block. So it can be used for any type of program. So it is basic building block for developing different types of programming languages. C programming language is most powerful and efficient one. Why? Because it contains various built-in data types and operators which can be used to perform any type of operations. In our next coming videos, we will discuss very clearly about all these built-in data types and operators. Because of all these built-in data types and operators, we can develop different types of applications by using this C programming language. Already we have discussed these applications in our previous video. Built-in functions. Built-in means predefined. That means these are already defined by the system. C language has some built-in functions which are used to perform some specific task. By using these built-in functions, we can perform the tasks directly. And also, there is no need to write the code for these functions. Wherever the need of these functions in the program, there you can use these functions directly. But for using these functions, we have to include the appropriate libraries. Now we will see an example. In C programming language, to display the data, we have to use printf predefined function in the program. And for this printf built-in function, there is no need to write the code separately. We can directly use this function in our program. Before going to use this function, we have to include the library stdio.h, means it is a standard input-output header file. Without using this header file, compiler cannot recognize the printf built-in function. So, then compiler gives the error message. So, to use any built-in function, we have to include the appropriate libraries also. Next one is structured programming. By using C programming language, we can solve the critical and big programs by dividing into number of modules or functions. These functions are used to perform the task like what to do, when to do, like that. For example, in library, if you observe, all books are not placed in a single rack. If they all are placed in a single rack, how we will pick the book related to C programming language? It is very tough task for us and so much of clumsiness will be created. To avoid this, basing on the subject wise, all books are segregated and arranged in different racks. Then it is very easy to pick the book that you want. So what we observed here, the entire system is divided into number of racks and the subject wise all the books will be filtered and placed in separate racks. It is very convenient and perfect way for the student to pick the book. Likewise, in C programming language also, a big or critical program can also divide into number of subprograms. Then it is easy to get the solution for each and every subprogram. This can be done by using the C programming language. Basing on this, C language is also called as procedural language. These subprograms can be written by using the procedure like what to do, when to do. All this can be done in step-by-step manner. So, depending upon the procedure, the function or the subprogram can be executed. The next one is middle level language. C language is almost nearer to the machine language and executes the programs very fast. That's why, even though it is a high level language, because of the previous reason, it is also called as middle level language. So, it has the features of both low level and high level languages. It is almost used to fill the gap between low level and high level. C language can be used to develop the system software. System software means operating system like Windows, Linux, etc. It can be used to develop device drivers like monitor drivers, printer drivers, sound card, etc. Also for the utility softwares like disk management, antivirus softwares, system cleanup, etc. There are different types of programs like translating programs, for example, compilers and interpreters. These are used to convert source code into object code. C compiler is very fast compared to the other programming languages. And also, these are used to work for designing various types of hardware devices of the computer. That means we write the programs in high level language, and by using the compiler, the programs can be converted into low level language. So, C language compiler understands both low level and high level languages. So, C is a middle level language. All these are advantages of C programming language. Still, we are having so many, but I covered only the important ones. Now we will see some of the disadvantages also. So first one is doesn't support OOPS concept. OOPS means object-oriented programming, in which it has additional and powerful features like encapsulation, object inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, class, etc. All these concepts are not supported by C, and this C language is procedure-oriented programming, so that it doesn't support object-oriented programming concepts. That's why C++ is developed after the C language, which supports these OOPS concepts. In other videos, we will discuss all these concepts very clearly. Now, the next one, no runtime checking. No checking can be done while writing the program. That means while we are writing the program, sometimes we may do the mistakes like syntax mistakes or variable mismatch or some other. All these cannot be identified. Line by line checking is not possible here. Errors can be identified only after the compilation of the program. That means if there are any errors in the program, all will be displayed at a time. After the error correction, it builds an object code that is useful for the computer. Afterwards, machine language code will be generated. Next one is it doesn't support namespace. Namespace means a language which supports two variables with same name. Suppose we have a variable x. It may be an integer value or a float value or a character or some sort of thing. If x is defined as integer, then it handles only the numerical values. It cannot handle other value or other data. But namespace means this x can handle an integer and also a character, or a float or a character, or integer and float, like that. So some languages support this facility, but C language doesn't support this namespace facility. Next one is lack of exception handling. Exception means an error. Here we have two types of errors, compile time errors and runtime errors. Compile time errors means syntactical errors. For example, in a program, if we use any undefined variable or if we left the semicolon, brackets, double quotes, if we use any mismatching of format specifier, etc., all are syntactical errors. Whenever we compile the program, then all these errors can be displayed. Then only we can rectify. Runtime errors means logical errors. These can be obtained at the time of running. For the character variable, if we give an integer value, then it shows the runtime error. That means these errors will be displayed at the execution time. Basing upon the input value, these can be generated at the runtime. These type of errors can be handled by exception handling, and exactly these should be handled. But in C programming language, these type of errors cannot be handled. So C language is having the lack of exception handling. So these are the disadvantages of C programming language. If you got to learn anything from this video, please like the video, share to your friends, subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon for more new updates. Thank you.